Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in this video I will show you how to replace the UTA trend filter indicator in my market master indicator by another one. So the thing that I forgot about is that the UTA indicator is not public. Yeah, it's my private indicator, so that's why I can't show you the code. So sorry for that, and I understand that without the UTA indicator you can't continue with this project, basically. But there is an option, and that option is to use different indicator. Yeah, so like you can use any indicator you want. You can use MACD, RSI, Bollinger Bands, you can use moving averages, you can use any combination of indicators you want, and I will show you basically how to do it, how to replace the UTA indicator by any other public indicator you want. Okay, so for this, I think I will demonstrate the process on MACD. Okay, so MACD, it's one of the good ones, okay, when it comes down to the trend indicators. So it looks like this. The idea is pretty simple. When the histogram is basically below 0, so right here this is 0, so when it's below 0 it means downtrend, when it's above 0 it means uptrend. Yeah, so I will show you on MACD how to replace the UTA indicator so you can continue with this project. Okay, so yeah, so this is my MT5 IDE, and I will just find my market master indicator, which is right here. And let me just open this. And now what I will do is that I will go here, select all, copy the code basically, and I will create a new file, new custom indicator, and I will call it market master MACD. Okay, because like after this video, this is just like to show you how to replace it, but in my future videos I will continue with my original project. Okay, so I will do this inside a new new indicator basically. Yeah. So now obviously we are not going to use the UTA indicator. So what you can do is that you can just go here and you can delete the UTA indicator in the resources. Okay. Then also you can delete this ultimate handle because this is tied to the UTA. And then also what you have to do is that you have to find basically the copy buffer function. Sorry, first of all you have to find this initialize indicators function, and in here just delete the ultimate handle. Okay, and then you have to find basically trend analysis function, okay, which is right here, and just delete this part right here. Okay, so this is what you should be working with right now. So now I will replace basically the UTA with the MACD. As I said, you can use a different indicator. The process will be pretty the same. Like you have to get the I will talk about this later. So let me show you how to do this with MACD. Okay, so the next thing you have to do is that you have to go here inside this trend analysis settings section, and what you should do is that you should delete this trend indicator length and trend coefficient, okay, because these two inputs were tied to the UTA indicator, which is no longer inside the code. So we have to replace it basically by the settings that apply for the MACD. So if we check the MACD indicator, you can see that it takes 3 positional arguments or 3 inputs: fast exponential moving average, MACD, simple moving average, and slow exponential moving average. Okay, so let's add these inputs here. So input, and let's call it trend fast period, which is 12. Input integer, so input trend slow period, which is 20. Was it 26? I will check that later. And input integer, input trend MACD. Yeah, and this one is 9. Yeah, so it's 9 right here. Okay, perfect. So now we basically have these inputs that we will use for the MACD indicator. Okay, so the next step is to create a handle for the MACD. So let's go here and let's create MACD handle. And we have an error here. Oh yeah. Well, now there's an issue with the ADX, so let's do ADX 200 for example. You have to also be aware of the ADX because the ADX was also tied to the UTA and it basically used the period from the UTA. So you can either replace this by some constant value, which I would not advise to do. Just create another input, okay, and set this value as an input. Okay, so now let's work with the handle. So MACD handle will be equal to I MACD symbol period current fast exponential moving average is input trend fast period, slow is input trend slow period, signal period is the MACD period basically, so input trend MACD, and price is price close. Okay, so now we can basically use the MACD indicator. Okay, so let's find the trend analysis function once again, and we can do the rest inside here. So we have our array called ultimate. We can change this to, for example, trend. Yeah, and let's just replace this here. And now, so we do the copy buffer function. No. Let's do just this for now. So copy buffer function. So this is MACD handle. Buffer number is 0. Starting position is shift. Count is 1, and we will store this inside the trend. Or let's change this to MACD so it's more appropriate name. And now the only thing we have to do is this. So trend is equal. So if MACD at position 0 is higher than 0, it means that we are in an uptrend, which should be equal to 1. Now I'm not sure how basically okay, so let's check this here. So this is tied to the color as well. Okay, so yeah, got it. So 1 is uptrend, 2 is downtrend. So if MACD position 0 is higher than 0, it means that we are in an uptrend. And if this is not the case, then we are obviously in a downtrend. Or the MACD could also be equal to 0, but yeah, let's not take that into consideration here. Okay, so now this should work pretty well. So let me check this. So this is the original indicator. So let's just check this version with MACD. So market master MACD is right here. So let me just set all of these things to false because I just want to see the trend filter basically. So BOS false, fair value gap false, fractals false. We can keep the envelopes, I guess. So let's check this. Okay, so now there's one more thing I have to do, is that I have to set this filter sideways to false. And now, yeah, we have it. So this is your trend filter based on MACD. So we can check if this is correct. We can go here, we can apply this on my chart, and let's check it. So the downtrend starts here, which is correct, as you can see, and it goes all the way up here, which is correct. Yeah, then an uptrend, yeah, downtrend. So this works based on the MACD, which is perfect. Of course, what you can do is that you can change the periods, for example, or the settings for the MACD itself. So you can do, for example, fast period to something like 50, slow period to something like 140, and trend MACD we can do something like 25, for example, and then like you will stay for more long-term trends. Yeah. And yeah, like this is nice, right? This is really nice. I would say this is really nice. Let me check this. Like, let's check this side by side with the original version of the indicator. Of course, these settings are different. I will try to change these settings here as well. But yeah, like you can see that, yeah, like this version with MACD, it seems like, yeah, let me change these settings. Well, they are quite, let's do this 200, for example. Well, you can see that there are some differences here. The trend analyzer tends to change basically the color more often, but that can be changed with some different settings. But you can see that, for example, this downtrend, it catches the downtrend basically at the same time, and it stays in it stays there, or it stays in the downtrend for almost the same period. Yeah. So yeah, like here you can see that the ultimate trend analyzer basically shows you these settings right here. The MACD does not, but that's based on the settings. So you can play with the settings. You can make it like more or less sensitive. That's completely up to you. But yeah, I think this is like a good, how to say this? Like good option, yeah, good option that you can use instead of the UTA. I'll just try to change one more thing in the UTA. So let's do this, and for example 11. So yeah, so now I changed it so the UTA uses like a really long-term trend. Okay, so it shows you long-term trend, and now it like looks really similar here. Yeah, you can see that it looks really similar. So yeah, this is good stuff. Okay, so yeah, go on, replace the UTA with MACD, or if you want to use like any different indicator, you can. It's only about basically generating a signal. Yeah, and the signal has to be either 1 or 2. Yeah, and when you have anything that you can generate this signal based on, then you can use it as a source for your trend. Yeah, so if I, for example, were to use sorry, this is my boss. So let's just say that, for example, I want to set the trend based on RSI. Yeah, so what I can do is that I can, for example, say, yeah, there's my webcam, I guess. What I can do is that I can like say, let me just change the visualization of the RSI or the visual site here. So levels, let's delete these levels, delete at 0, which let's just change this to this. Come on. Okay, so for some reason, why isn't it showing? Like, oh, I know why. It's not 0, it's 50. Sorry. It's 50. Now it's shown. Okay, so what you can, for example, do with RSI is that you can say when the RSI is above this 50 level, it's uptrend. When it's below 50 level, it's downtrend. And what you can also do is that you can say, for example, if it's above 60, it's uptrend. If it's below 40, it's downtrend. And if it's between 40 and 60, it's a sideways trend. So you can also use that sideways feature there. Yeah. But that's completely up to you. You can change the period, for example, to 222, which, yeah, it doesn't seem that great, but you can use it like for long-term trend. So for example, sell trend here, up, yeah, like you get the idea. Okay, so thank you for watching and I will see you in the next tutorial. Bye.